Tom Brady is back. No abduction. He was not hijacked.
Actually, it was an abduction.
Yeah, what do you mean?
I mean, the family abducted him, for some relaxation, some R&R.
Yeah. I mean, it felt like somebody called that last week. Felt like somebody said, listen, there was a prearranged trip. There was no retirement. There was no issues, no medical emergencies, no masked singer, none of that crap. It was a prearranged trip. He was in the Bahamas, and we're ready. He's back. I mean, I feel like I nailed that. So anytime you guys want to go ahead and give me a shout-out here on the air, I'd appreciate it. Like, whenever you want to make that happen.
I think most people kind of threw that out there and chalked it up as probably a family situation, which, I mean, here's my only question now. So what does that mean then for the bye week? Same thing? Like, we know he's going to be leaving the team doing that?
What does it mean for the season? Like, okay, we're playing this team this week. It's predetermined that I'm going to take a break this week.
We're playing Atlanta at home.
I'm not going to be there for this game.
I don't mean to sound rude when I say this, but look, he's the greatest of all time. He's venturing into, as I said yesterday, unknown territory. We've never seen anyone play at such a high level at this point in time in his career. So the question then becomes, is what he is doing like okay? Because most athletes, if you're anyone other than Tom Brady, they're going, what in the hell did you just ask me to do? No, you're not leaving for 10 days or whatever it was to go down to the Bahamas to spend time with your family. Like, hell no. But, he's Tom Brady. And this is for sure not happening. Probably if Bruce Arians is the coach, but definitely if he's not with Bill Belichick. So it is uncharted territory in that regard. I just wonder how it's received.
That's what I thought about.
But don't you go like it is Tom Brady? Like you kind of make exceptions for someone like him.
But Q, let's be real here. There are limitations to that.
Oh, you get jealous
because we are men, right? Like, and we are the ultra alpha competitors of.
That's right, Jonas.
Yeah. No, you're speaking my language now. About time. Only took a year, but about time. Speaking my language.
Well, I'm just saying.
Throw it up, baby.
You can only go so. You can only go. Throw it up, huh? You can only go so far with. Oh, it's Tom Brady. I'm sorry. As a grown ass man, I can only go so far with. Yeah, it's Tom Brady. At some point, I'm like, F Tom Brady.
Oh,
like you're not going to be going to the Bahamas while my ass is out here getting up and doing all of this, and if you signed up for it, you signed up for it. Like at some point you say to yourself, you know what? It's one thing when you say, okay, you miss a practice. Like you get vet days, vet week. Okay. Vet 2 weeks. Hell, vet camp. Okay. But if you telling me as a player on a team, some of them are trying to make the team, some of them are continuing on as what they represent to the team. If you're telling me I'm supposed to be okay, that you agreed upon this before you came back to play for this team, that you get to go take a 2-week vacation in the Bahamas during training camp, man, I sit there and I would question that. And the first thing that I'm questioning as a teammate, your commitment to this. What's your commitment level? If you're here with us, you're here with us. Take time off, fine, no worries. But be here while you're taking that time off. And that doesn't go beyond, like, it's a horrible example to set. I'm sorry. Like, and I'm a Tom Brady fan, and that's my litter mate. He's the last one from 2000 in the league. I have a healthy affinity for him. But this isn't a great example. There's a kid out there, like, I need to take an 11-day break. No, you don't. I'm the best player on the team. So what? I'm a senior in high school. I need to take a senior leave of absence. No, you don't. I just don't like that. I don't like the way it made me feel when I saw that it was a vacation. I would question.
How did you feel? Were you angry?
I felt disappointed.
Oh,
I just felt very disappointed. That's all.
What do you mean? This is good news for you. You like the Saints in that division.
No, man.
Come on.
I like Tampa Bay, but just don't be surprised if it is the Saints.
Okay.
I'm just very disappointed in you, Tom Brady. I'm very disappointed.
So Rick Stroud was on with DP yesterday, Dan Patrick, heard on many of these Fox Sports Radio affiliates, and he said that he basically only missed 4 practices. He was there for the install. They knew everything that was going on. It was all predetermined. And so he really didn't miss that much time as far as his time away from the team.
Okay.
And looking at it in the big picture.
Well, then the whole team should have went ahead and did the same exact thing.
Wow.
Pick and choose. You want to go to the Bahamas?
Everyone's going on vacation with Giselle? Is that what you meant?
I mean, well, not with Giselle. I mean, but whoever. I'm sure there's some good-looking.
A lot of yeses.
I'm sure there's a lot of significant others that aren't bad in that category. I'll say that.
Sure.
I'm sure they're doing all right down there. They might not be Giselle, but I'm sure they're doing all right.
I wonder how much, though, because let's get to the nitty-gritty. 2 things. One, Giselle's getting blamed a lot. It's like for this entire thing, I think that's a little bit rough because you're talking about, someone who's a wife and mother who's been supporting him, helping him through his dream and doing all of this. And yet at some point, and I think anyone who's had a significant other, a wife that's gone through, seasons, that sort of thing, it's wearing. It's wearing. It's like living 2 different lives. Like there's the life you live in season, there's a life you live out of season. And for Tom Brady, I don't know that life that he lives out of the season is that much different than the life he lives in season. I mean, to a degree, it probably is.
But that's why he's so good.
It is, right? Like we've talked about that, and Jonas and I've said this for years. The reason why he's become the greatest, he's talented, don't get me wrong, but there's more talented quarterbacks. It's the fact that he's dedicated his life to the game. And every single moment he's playing or not, it's a part of his success. Like, no one else is willing to sacrifice the way he does in an offseason with his lifestyle. Like the way he eats, like crappy avocado ice cream. Are you kidding me? Like, ice cream is one of the greatest things on the earth. This dude will not touch it.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't.
Yesterday, it was so good.
Trust me, I had a little bit too with our girls last night. I was like,
I had strawberry cheesecake. Oh, so
could you imagine just eating that avocado crap though? That imitation stuff the rest of your life?
No.
God, it'd be awful.
I can't imagine doing a lot of the things that Tom Brady has done to become the player that he is, and I think that there's something to be said about that.
And that's one thing. Yeah, that's one thing because it's a sacrifice that he makes, but we don't talk about the other sacrifice. It's been the sacrifice that his family makes.
Yeah.
Like your kids get to a certain point too where they start looking at you and be like,
I'm not a kid anymore, Dad.
Well, hey Dad, you're missing the portions of my life that are those formative years.
Yeah.
Like those portions of my life where like I need you. And so that's one of the stories that I think is starting to play itself out.
That is hard, man. Like trying to be everywhere. Like moms that drive kids around and get them to school and do back to school night and do the games and activities and this, that, and the other. That S is overwhelming.
And also, let's have a real conversation here because we all work. All 3 of us work a lot and are pulled in a lot of different directions as far as a career goes and a profession goes. And we've all experienced it where you tell them, hey, I got to go here for work, and you get a little bit of the eye roll. A little bit of the, okay, here we go again. All right, here it goes again. It's more work. It's more this and that. And they're understanding, but in the moment, there is a conversation sometimes that you have to have. And he's probably had that conversation about 3,000 times with Giselle over the past couple of years.
I mean, it ain't like she couldn't get a guy who would want to be up under her 24 hours a day. You know what I mean? So now that we're putting it in that context,
could you define what that means?
What do you mean? What are we talking about?
I'm just saying, you know what? I take everything back. Let's hit rewind. Let's hit the dump button. Now that we put it in context, I'm proud of you, Tom Brady. I am proud of you. You know why? Because there's nothing like making sure you handle your business at home. That is first and foremost. So if that meant I get to play, but I have to be able to go to the Bahamas with my chick so that we can have this good time before we get going into the season, then you know what? I take it back. Tom, I'm not disappointed in you. In fact, I'm even more proud of you. Yes, I can change my mind that quickly. I've changed my mind. I'm still Team Tom. And you know what? Yeah, it's all right. Because you know what? Alberto is out there waiting for Tom Brady to slip up and be too into his profession. And he'd be like, Giselle, I know I'm not Tom.
Yep.
I know I don't have all the Super Bowl rings.
100%.
I don't have all the money, but you got all the money. So it's not like it's about money anyway. I'm Berto. You know, I handle the boards. You know what I mean? I do what I need to do. I iHeart with Fox Sports Radio.
I'm a chef.
I can cook really well. We can get some pops, you know.
He can cook.
Yeah, you know, we can sunbathe. I can put suntan oil on you and stuff like that. Heck, I can even babysit the kids. I don't have to be anything but, hey, Mr. Berto to these. There's going to be someone out there that has the right rap at the right time in a moment of vulnerability, and nobody wants that. So you know what? For you, Tom Brady, I tip my cap to you. Yep, I changed that quickly.
I'll just simply put it. Yeah, I'll simply put it this way: if the greatest football player of all time if his retirement is motivated by his wife, his family, I'm okay with that. Like I think everyone would be, because there's not many guys who get to that point in their career. They've done it that long, or they've done it that successfully, where the family gets fed up. Like usually, like the league gets fed up with you. They're like, no, you can't do it anymore. You're out. But if it's the family that's finally like, uncle, we can't take this anymore. We want you to just be dad. Like, I want you to just be my husband. We need this time with you. Because all that time you did what you wanted to do, that's great. That's your life. But now it's like impacting our lives as we grow through this. And, you know, that's awesome. But now we need our time back. Like, I think that's something that if that's what this is about, and he's trying to hold it all together and they, you know, pre-plan this to make it work and all that, like, I think every player in that locker room would be understanding of it. I think every person in that organization is understanding of it. But, I mean, look, Gisele's undefeated, man. Like, Tom Brady's won the most Super Bowls, and he's been the most successful. But, like, even he, I don't know that he can stand up toe-to-toe with Gisele.
This is just confirmation this is his final year, correct? I mean, like the fact that he had to take 10 days off just to get the green light on coming back for this year, ought to tell you, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up after this year. It's over. Then he'll be broadcasting for Fox next year, you know, at the low rate of $375 million.
Well,
so,
that's over 10 years. Dude.
Yeah.
It's 37.5 years. That's not that bad.
That's a good
if they
point.
set it up where he's a subcontractor, Fox will write off, you know, half that.
That's
I don't know.
that's a good point.
They'll figure it out.
It's not that much.
They got accountants and people who do that sort of thing. They'll figure it out.
Well,
Someone's like shaking their head in their cubicle right now going, you can't do that. You can't. Hold on. You can't. Hey, you can't write off all that. You know, they'll figure it out, all right? They'll figure it out.
Don't be a bad influence on him, Brady. This is bad for the country and our economy and all that comes with it.